I'm just going to review this analysis of play assignment. Those of you who submitted number 1, your submissions were very good, so you can trust yourself. And this is just a review, refresher. We're looking this time at schemas of play, so make sure you review those. You may even want to grab a little list of them that you can make notes of what you see under each one while you're observing. I know I would have to do that. I would not remember all of them at the same time while I'm observing, but maybe you would, so that's great if you can do that. So again, you start your observation by recording. Make sure you put the name of the classroom, the time and date, and description of what the classroom looks like. If you're in the exact same classroom you were in for submission number 1, you can just copy and paste that and then make any notes about anything that's changed since you were there. That's perfectly fine. And you can just make a note to me, this is the same classroom for submission number 1, and here's a few changes that took place. No problem with that whatsoever. No need to write all that out again. If you're not in the same room, make sure you do take the time to really describe the entire room to me, describe the environment. If you're outside, describe the outdoor environment. So you'll be using the same headings, classroom description, and here's some, just little points about what you can remember, classroom observations, and then you're going to get into schemas of play examples. So again, I would recommend that you just type those out and then write in the examples of what you saw. Again, recording observations is non-interpretive. It's not your opinion. It's not anything but what you observed the child doing. You can record conversations or anything else that the child or children do while you're observing. You may not see every single schema. That's fine, of course, but be on the lookout for them. It's pretty easy to find them, but who knows, right? We just don't know what we're going to see. Make sure you're in the environment when children are playing. Some of you ran into last time that you were there when things like nap and lunchtime were occurring. So you want to double check before you get there that you're not going to be there at a time when the children are not playing, because you won't be able to do this, obviously. So just again, that your write-up should be like you're telling me a story in terms of what you saw the children doing. Just make it very objective and you should be fine. I actually am going to give you an example of something let me get out of this, sorry about that. So in week 8, I have put an example of someone who is an expert in the field of writing these kinds of observations. And she has an article here where she actually starts what we'll do eventually. These activity plans will have photographs documenting. You will not photograph this time, of course, but it does give you an example where she goes through sensory motor. She's doing different schemas than we are, but it's a great layout. She has level 1 sensory motor. You could have, instead of that, you could have schema of play 1, trajectory, for example. Then you could define what it is, and then observation, and then write down what you saw that was an example of that, right? She's written her interpretation here, or her summary of it. You don't have to, you can if you want to. But this is a really good format for writing these types of observations up. Again, she's doing other schemas than we are, but she has the exact same process that I'm asking for you to do. So I thought I would show you She defines what it is, and then she gives the observation example. I would strongly suggest you use this model. Obviously, I'm not going to say you have to, but I do think that this will be a great example for you, and especially with this particular analysis of play submission. So I hope this is helpful. Again, it's due October 14th. That's a Monday. I'm giving you that extra 24 hours. So hopefully that will be helpful.